Hi everyone, welcome to Smack Reviews. If you love our honest reviews, smack that subscribe button so you never miss out. Squid Game has officially come to an end with what Netflix is calling Season 3. But let's be real, it's really just part 2 of Season 2. While Season 2 started off strong, I was hoping Season 3 would keep that momentum going and end with a satisfying conclusion. But sadly, that wasn't the case. Some of the creative decisions had me scratching my head. So let's talk about it. Obviously, there is a spoiler warning just to let you know. The last 3 games were hide and seek, jump rope, and a revamped version of the original Squid Game for the finale. Hide and seek was easily my favorite, maybe even my favorite game in the entire series. The tension, the visuals, and especially those long takes showing multiple character perspectives in a single shot. I love when movies or shows do shots like this, and even emotionally, it hit as hard as the marble game from season 1. Seeing Sung Hoon die was heartbreaking. Jump rope, on the other hand, could have been better. The entire course was just a straight line with a gap in the middle, compared to that glass bridge in season 1. The glass bridge was much more entertaining to watch. I think adding multiple gaps or twists in the layout would have raised the tension and made it more engaging. As for the final Squid Game, it was okay. It brought things full circle, which I appreciated, but it was basically the same format, just played out at a greater height. As far as the many side characters go, I think most of them were handled okay, but I do feel like too many were eliminated way too quickly, especially during the hide and seek game. And the problem with that is there were still 2 more games left. It just felt like a lot of character arcs were cut short. By the time we got to the later games, there were too many no-name players left in the mix. Unlike season 1, where we had a whole group of characters besides Guillaume to care about. This time, by the end, the only person you were really emotionally invested in was just Guillaume. That made the final stretch feel kind of disappointing. Then when it came to the VIPs, their dialogue just made them feel too goofy, and it made me respect the VIPs we got from the first season even more than the VIPs we got in this season.
Now let's talk about Guillaume and his mental state, which was a huge focus this season, especially after the failed revolt. We saw him start to become more ruthless, especially in the hide and seek game where it felt like he was out for blood, and honestly, that shift in his character made me think he might become the next frontman, or at least a frontman of another facility. That direction would have made sense. He lost so much and was clearly breaking morally. The temptation was there from the frontman as well, but in the end they killed him off. I was disappointed since I felt there were 2 solid directions his story could have taken. The first being that he could have become the next frontman, showing how the games mentally destroy even the most well-meaning of people. The second direction was he could have survived, helping the detective destroy the facility and dedicating his life to tearing down every Squid Game operation around the world. This second route would have aligned perfectly with what the creator shared in an interview, that Guillaume would have shut down this facility only to realize that there are many more around the world, just like what we saw hinted at in season 1 about other facilities existing. I get that Guillaume choosing to sacrifice himself for the baby to live was an act of redemption and hope, I guess, which the frontman saw and understood, but I had just wished that Guillaume lived. And then the detective's arc also, after all this time hunting for the island and trying to expose the truth, his reunion with the frontman, which was his own brother of course, just ends with him yelling why, and that's it. No major confrontation, no deep reveal, and it felt like such a wasted opportunity, especially considering how much build-up there was. We did get a little more backstory on the frontman, but not nearly enough, and honestly, I felt like the creators weren't interested in digging any deeper, like they were just trying to wrap things up and move on. And that might actually be true. It's well known that the creator of Squid Game never even planned for this to have a second season, and because he lost a lot of teeth during the making of the first season and many more during the second and third, of course. While I do believe he gave everything he had, it's clear that by the end of season 3 he was just done. In the end, Squid Game didn't get the ending it deserved, not because of bad writing or laziness, but because of creative exhaustion and just the immense pressure to keep going beyond what was originally intended. Season 2 had momentum, season 3 had the potential, but the conclusion just fell short.
As for the future of Squid Games, the ending did tease that the games are happening in America now, which has me a little concerned. I'm not sure it will be as entertaining or impactful as these first 3 seasons, but I love to be proven wrong. Even before season 2 came out, I always thought the series would go in a different direction, where each season would focus on a different facility in a new country or region, while Guillaume stays involved behind the scenes, trying to track down and shut them all down. That kind of global expansion could have kept things fresh while still following a core emotional thread through Guillaume. Still, season 1 was lightning in a bottle, and even though the ending was bittersweet, Squid Game will go down as one of the most impactful shows of this decade. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, comment, and please subscribe. Bye!